This is the story of a man, a Turkish Muslim, a scholar, a preacher, and the global movement of social activists he inspires. In 2013, Time magazine named him one of the most influential leaders in the world. Because of his influence, at-risk children are now being educated in hundreds of countries. The sick are being treated, and the starving fed, often at great personal risk. It's also because of his influence and the collective power of the movement that Fethullah Gulen is feared and even reviled in his native Turkey. And as a Muslim leader of a powerful global movement, he is scrutinized in the United States, where he lives in self-imposed exile. To explore this controversial holy man and the movement of Turkish Muslims he inspires, we're going to examine Turkish history and Sufi mysticism and go to just a few of the places where these idealists are working to serve humanity in order to please God. The movement began in the 1960s on Turkey's west coast. Fethullah Gulen was a young preacher at the time, and his sermons were radically different from other religious men.
Normally, we go to mosques and we hear preaching about Islam, how Prophet behaved like this is what is written in Quran, etc., etc. I remember him speaking to university students. They were talking about thermodynamics and the first law, second law. After explaining this scientific issue, he added some verses from the Quran, and I was shocked with the combination of a scientific issue with a Quranic verse.
Gülen's message was that these are perfectly compatible with Muslim faith. A person can be a person of faith, at the same time a scientist, can do science. Democracy is probably the best form of governance for everybody. So all his messages were positive. They were messages I was looking for.
Gulen not only showed the connection between Islam and science, he made the connection between Islam and modern democratic life, as well as service to God's creation.
He wants to convince people that to be Muslims, you can't just fulfill your ritual obligations. The service of God that you focus on in your ritual obligations has to shape your life and inform your life in terms of service to all humanity.